Composite Composition Two is another approach to organizing three sources of information into one picture as an abstract design. These are the pictures that I'm using for this particular assignment, tracing sections of each photo. For instance, I'll have this photo here, and I'll lay a tracing paper on top, and then I'll trace whatever I want to have in the picture. In this case, I'm tracing everything, and I might not use it all, but I'm going to have it traced so I can see if I need it or not. Now that's the tracing that I did, and now I'm going to go and cut it out so I can have a little smaller sheet of paper to deal with. And we'll put that to the side. And then we'll take the next picture, which is a group of buildings, and I will outline it. I'm using a ballpoint pen to do this, and I'm doing it on a light table so I can see it more readily. And once I have that traced like that, then I will take my scissors and I'll cut that off and put it to the side. And that will be my second one that I will have to use. Now the third one that I'm going to do is of a person, and after I have it drawn like you see here, I will cut it out. It's the same as I did the others. Then I draw a format onto a blank sheet of tracing paper, not on the light table, but a blank sheet of tracing paper, the ballpoint pen. That is where I'll place my image inside of that rectangle. I'll say, okay, I think it should go right there. And so then I trace over it and then remove it. And that's what it would look like after I removed it. Now I'm going to put the figures in, and I'm looking to see exactly where that would match with the figure. I'm going to move it right up there. And at this point in time, I see that I'm outside of my rectangle that I first drew. So I'm going to enlarge that rectangle after I get these three figures drawn in. And then I think I'm going to do is I like that symbol of that no turn signal. So I'm going to put that rectangle about right there and trace that in, and I won't trace the tent that's behind it. I just want that icon in the painting. So you can use your creative mind when you're doing this and not include everything that you have in the picture. Now, in this particular step, I'm going to put in these houses. And as you can see, they stick beyond the rectangle that I first drew on that tracing paper. And so I'm going to enlarge that format now so that I can include those houses in there. You see, so I made it bigger. And then I'm going to draw the houses. And in this case, you don't have to really be careful about it because the fact it's just a sketch, an idea. You want to see if it's going to work in value and composition wise. And that's what it looks like when it's all sketched. And you can see the smaller format inside. That'll be just erased or forgotten about. And so I'm going to now establish the value pattern. And so I'm going to take a middle value and paint everything that is going to be value. It's not going to be white down. It's called massing in and making separate shapes come together. So I've got three figure shapes here, and I'm going to move them all into one shape. And then I'll separate them with color and different values within those shapes on the second round when I put my dark values in the painting. These are lost and found edges or connections that one makes in a painting. That's I think very helpful. It's the glue that holds everything together. And so there's the bigger figure that I have, that I'm leaving some areas where there's highlight, so it's the white of the paper, and it's just filling it in. Now I'm going right over the face. You know the face is light in value, but I'm going to have it this value, and then over the dark mass of hair, and then she also has the darker value in her neck and then also in her shirt, and so I'll do all of that as one value, and also there's some little pearls that hanging on a string which I can put in later. I'm worried about that shoulder coming down, so I put another background shape at that point. Now this is what it looks like on the first stage of painting it with a middle value, and now I'm going to go in with my darkest value. 3 values: light, middle, and dark. Very, very simple. And so I've looking where the eye is, where the bangs fall on the face, and you can see how light the face is becoming, because that's called simultaneous contrast. Is where you put a dark next to another value, and that value becomes lighter because the value put next to it is darker. Okay, now here I'm going to take these 3 figures that are massing as one value, and I'm going to paint them in separately, so I can separate them by their slacks. There's a purse right there that I think I'll put that across. I think that looks kind of neat. And also the hair can be a little darker right up on top there. And then instead of painting that middle figure with dark trousers, I'm going to have to paint the negative space around, so that those dark trousers now will be lighter in value. And I'll use a gradation for this figure, which is dark on top and then a little bit lighter on the bottom. And then the last step is to put in some of the darks, but they're lesser darks when you go up into the house and the background up there. As soon as you go further up the composition, you want to make less darks. And so down below it's more darks, less darks up there. Here's where I'm going to put that roof right in and make that nice and dark. That'll show up really good. Now that's what the sketch looks like, and it's ready to become a painting. So I hope you'll stick around and see the painting done in another YouTube venture. Thank you for watching.